What's up, everybody? It's Melvin Key, the security czar, with another security review. This time, it's a security incident involving R&B legend and godmother of soul music herself, Mrs. Patti Labelle. CNN, Fox News, and other news networks reported that Miss Labelle was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for a holiday concert when her performance was interrupted by security and she was rushed off the stage. If you haven't seen this video, let's take a quick look at it and then I'll give it to you the way I see it.
770. To my 8 years. Hold up. Wait!
As you all know, one of my biggest gripes about the security industry is about the caliber of the security personnel that they put on and around stages during live performances and speeches. So I'd like to first applaud the security for recognizing the threat and swiftly moving Ms. Labelle off of the stage. I've received this video over 1,500 times in the last 24 hours. And the question that I'm being asked is if this was handled correctly. I can't answer if it was done correctly because I don't have all the facts and information pertaining to this case. But what I can say, the security personnel made the call to do what was necessary to get Ms. Labelle out of harm's way based on the circumstances and the information that they had. A lot of factors go into how a bomb threat is handled and how a building is evacuated. So in this video, we're going to talk about when a building or venue can be evacuated for emergency circumstances, who should make that call, and number 3, what procedures should we have in place before we make such a call. A building or venue could be evacuated for a number of circumstances. One, it could be a fire emergency. It could be a weather emergency. It could be a bomb threat. It could be an active shooter. It could be a fight. Or it could be because of structural damage to a building would cause for the immediate evacuation for everybody's safety. Now here's a question for all of my security professionals. In the case that a venue has to be evacuated for a bomb threat, who should be the person making the decision? Should it be A, the security director, B, the police, C, the stage manager, or D, the event organizers? Please share your answer in the comment section. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. When it comes to making a call to evacuate a building or venue, it should not be just one person's call to make that decision. If there is a possibility that a venue should be evacuated and there's absent exigent circumstances, such as fire, explosion, active shooter inside of the building, parts of the building falling down, then a consensus of the security director, the event organizers, and possibly law enforcement should convene to determine the best way to evacuate the building. Evacuating a building could have some huge responsibilities and implications. One, if you move too slow, it could result in the loss of lives and injuries to multiple people. The flip side of that is that evacuating a building too quickly could result in some serious financial implications for the promoters and organizers, because evacuating a building sometimes essentially is canceling the show. And organizers and promoters are on the line to refund the customers for their tickets and sometimes get sued because the show did not go on. Thirdly, evacuating a building during the middle of a show without enough information could put a sour taste in the end customer's mouth and also leave a bad impression on the promoters and organizers' brand. And allegedly, this is what happened in this incident, according to Catherine Brown, a witness and attendee at the Patti Labelle concert. Ms. Brown told the Milwaukee Sentinel-Journal that Patti Labelle was 2 songs into her performance in front of a crowd of 2,500 guests when someone came out on the stage and said, "We have to evacuate the building because there has been a bomb threat." Ms. Brown went on to say that people were upset about being evacuated when they were in the middle of a show. I can't stress this enough. How you call an evacuation is more important than calling the evacuation. In cases where there's an actual threatening emergency, such as a bomb threat, it is important for the person who's making the evacuation to choose his or her words wisely so as not to incite panic in the crowd where people rush to exits, stampeding each other in the process, causing multiple deaths and injuries. Saying there's a bomb threat at the building and that we need everyone to leave as quickly as possible is different from saying, ladies and gentlemen, we have an emergency declared at the building. We need everyone to gather their things and move to the nearest exit as calmly and quickly as possible until we get this situation under control. The first scenario causes panic, while the second scenario causes a sense of urgency, but also instills calm in the crowd as they exit towards the doors. In general, it is best practice to have an evacuation and incident response plan for large-scale events, especially for those of you working in close protection, because you have to have a well-thought-out plan of how to get your client from transportation to rear house to stage and back to transportation. A tip for success in the close protection industry. There may come a time where you have to move your client from point A to point B to get them out of danger. It's best to educate your client how that process works and possibly demonstrate that with another agent so that they will know what to expect in like situations. Another tip for protectors is to have a code word or code signal that is shared between the client and the protector. That way, if that code word or that code signal is given, there's no dispute about what's going on. The client feels unsafe or the protector feels unsafe, and it's time to move the client from out of harm's way.
770. Got you by 8 years. Hold up. Wait!
In reviewing this video of Ms. Labelle, the code word or code signal may not have been established based on her reaction when the protector came to remove her from off of the stage. So to wrap this up, it is safe to say that the security personnel that rushed Ms. Labelle off the stage did what was necessary to protect her based on the information and the experience that they had. If you are in venue or event security, it's important to take away these takeaways so that you can be a better professional. Number one, always have a security plan for every event that you have. That plan should include what to do in case of a bomb threat or evacuation of a venue. Number two, it's important to know that the security director alone should not be the sole person to make the decision to evacuate the building, because evacuating a building has serious implications that need to be talked through between the security director, the event organizers, and possibly law enforcement personnel. And number three, it is important for any person who is responsible for announcing the evacuation of a venue to be as calm as possible and avoid words that would incite panic and confusion amongst the crowd, because panic and confusion could often lead to a stampede, which people are trampled upon and crushed in the process, causing the loss of lives and serious injuries. To see this video in its entirety and for more content like this, please visit my YouTube channel, The Way I See It with the Security Czar. And if you like picking up what I'm putting down, I ask you to like, share, and comment, and smash that notification, because I got a lot of content just like this that I know that you don't want to miss.